one thing that harms love within marriage is contraception. And some people push back and like, oh, yeah, you want us to have 15 kids, and then, that's going to harm love. These kids that we can't, take care of emotionally, psychologically, financially, we need this. How does contraception in and of itself damage marital love?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I know you have a large family, and I do as well. Well, I would actually say you and I have medium-sized families.
Historically, yeah.
I've got 8 kids, and that's actually just average. It should be, but we live in a culture that doesn't see children as a blessing. We live in a culture that tends to look at marriage more in terms of like what this person's going to do for me. And again, I meet many devout Catholics that think I just want to find my vocation, but they think their vocation's about something, this person fulfilling me. And if you go into marriage thinking that you're longing for this person to fulfill you, you're in for a train wreck here, because a vocation is about giving yourself away to serve others. And one of the best ways to do this is to, give yourself, not just your spouse, but in the openness to children, serving those children. I remember my wife and I were doing a marriage, and we were interviewed for some, I don't know, podcast, or I don't know what it was, but this is like this last year. And somebody asked us the question saying, well, what advice would you give to a couple that's kind of like, they feel like their marriage is just in a rut, just kind of humdrum, not bad, but just it's lost the spice, the life, and all. What would you do? And I'm starting to think of, these abstract things about, well, maybe they could do this marriage retreat or something like this. And my wife just all of a sudden jumps in and says, they should have another baby. Because what John Paul II points out is that when we have a child, like real love isn't just like staring into each other's eyes and, you make me feel so good. Real love is more like shoulder to shoulder, and we're looking outward to serve something bigger than ourselves. And that, that could be, the church, the community, serving God, of course. But when you're blessed with children, that's where the love of husband and wife is strengthened the most. Yes, children are taxing, exhausting, and all of that. But it's the number one gift that God gives us to grow in generosity and to grow in love. And that's what we're made for. We're made to die to ourselves and grow in greater love. Now there's theology behind this, as this beautiful act of sexuality, this physical, giving of yourself to each other is meant to express a profound, personal gift of oneself, giving their very bodies to each other. They're giving their very selves to each other in the sexual act in marriage. But when we use contraception, what we're basically doing is saying, I give everything to you except, my fertility, that which is deepest in me, or I give everything to you except the possibility of being a parent with you again. I accept everything about you except this one part. It's actually put selfishness right at the very center, at the very heart of what's supposed to be the most unifying, or at least like the physical expression of the unifying love of the husband and wife. It actually builds selfishness right there. And that's why Paul VI predicted all of these horrible problems in the world if the world embraces contraception. He talked about how it was going to lead to abortion. It was going to lead to greater divorce and the breakdown of the family. It would lead to homosexuality. He predicted all that. Because when you put selfishness right there, you allow it there, then you're going to allow it everywhere else.
Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that little clip, but if you want to see the whole episode where this came from, just click the link here. And in the meantime, we want to invite you to help us share this message, and there's a couple things you can do real quick. Number one, if you like or comment or share this video, YouTube will actually show it to more people. Also, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell. We release videos every single day, and you'll be notified as soon as those come out. If you want to help us also to spread this message, you can support us at patreon.com/Jason Evert. That helps us to create these videos and show them to the whole world. God bless.